Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Rock Plays YouTube channel. Today is Sunday, December 8th, and I'm back breaking down some Sunday afternoon football. We have 7 total plays to look at. 4 of them will be game picks, 3 player props. I think we've got a good slate of games to win some money on today, but before we look at those, let's take a look at the Thursday night plays. Lions and Packers gave us one half a game. We had the Lions minus 3.5, didn't work out for us on the spread, and then we split on the player props 1-1. Josh Jacobs over 67.5 or 68.5, I think is what we had. I think he finished with 66. That one did not cash. The only winner of the day was David Montgomery, over 13.5 receiving. He had that in, I believe, the first half, so that one cashed pretty easily. We'll take the 1 and 2 day, and we're going to roll on over to Sunday. I do have something at the bottom. I'm not going to be making videos Tuesday through Friday. My brother's coming down from Maine, and we're going to do Thanksgiving and Christmas on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm just not going to have enough time to do any of these breakdowns. Also, I am going to try to put my plays on Twitter. If you guys are just interested in the plays, I'm going to put them on Twitter. And, yeah, it's going to feel weird. First time in over 2+ years that I'm going to be missing some breakdowns. But I did look ahead. There's not a whole lot to look at. College football is not going to be going on. Only one NFL game on Thursday night. So there's really not a whole lot to look at. College basketball games weren't great. NBA's got a short schedule as well during the week. So, I mean, it's almost perfect timing that he's coming down here. So I will not be here Tuesday through Friday. We will have videos on Monday. But again, just wanted to give everybody a heads up. Hopefully you guys stick around until I return for the Army-Navy game on Saturday. Should be a fun watch. But let's go look at the NFL games for tomorrow. We are going to be looking at the Jets going up against the Dolphins, first game of the day here. I'm going to take the Dolphins -6. I know a lot of people don't like the Dolphins. I know a lot of people think the Dolphins are soft, whatever, cold scenario. They're going to be at home here. They're going to be at home. I think the Dolphins are a very good team. And something that we didn't see from Tua last season or a couple seasons ago, he went in the press conference. They asked him a direct question, said, how do you feel about the team? What's going on this year? And he literally just said, it's my fault for taking that hit. Something we haven't seen from Tua in his career. He said, it's my fault for taking those hits. I can't put my team in that situation. Good to see that. I think the leadership is there. I think the Dolphins are still trending up, even though they did lose to the Packers last week. And if you want to talk about teams trending down, the Jets are in the worst way possible. Aaron Rodgers flirting with his retirement. Aaron Rodgers going on all these shows saying that he's not going to be making these appearances on these shows if he retires from the NFL. It just doesn't sound like he wants to play football. And the Jets did comment on this. The organization, they didn't know if he was going to be back either. They said they had to earn it over the next 5 days or next 5 weeks for him. It's Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't have to earn anything. He's shown his entire career that he can play football. I do think maybe we see him play a little bit better, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think Miami, with that offense, especially with the Jets defensively being horrible, Achan's going to have himself a monster day. I didn't take him as a player prop. If you're looking for player props, rushing and receiver for Achan should dominate in this game. No Sauce Gardner either for the Jets. I just love Miami here. -6 is going to be the first play. Second play of the day, the return of Kirk Cousins back in Minnesota should be fun. I'm going to take the Falcons just for that reason. I think Kirk Cousins will be motivated more in this game. He's going to try to want to show the Vikings he's still got a step. I know the Vikings really didn't send him off, and they did give him a big chance coming from the Commanders to the Vikings. And Kirk Cousins gave the Vikings a lot of good years. So I don't think there's any bad blood or anything like that. But Kirk Cousins has not been playing well this season. That is definitely the case so far. And, yeah, I just feel like this is a game that the Falcons have to win because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're making a charge of themselves, and they've got basically a free win this week going up against the Raiders. So Falcons have to keep pace here. I think they will be competitive in this game. I don't think they find a way to win it, but I do think they're going to be competitive. I'm going to take the points +5.5. Should have a good game out of Kirk Cousins, and they're probably going to pass a lot because the Vikings are the #1 rushing defense in the NFL. So give me the points here with the Falcons as the play. And for the last play, we're going to look at the Bills going up against the Rams. This is kind of the show-me game for the Bills. It's been that way over the last couple of seasons. The Bills have been one of the good teams all year long. In the regular season, they kind of stumble in the end. They get the 2 or the 3 seed, then they crumble in the playoffs. The Bills last week, they dominated the 49ers. But guess what? The 49ers aren't that good. Plus, Christian McCaffrey went out in that game. Plus, it was snowing. Plus, it was cold. And they were at home. So that was just all the advantage in the Buffalo Bills' favor. They did beat the Chiefs. Good win there. But are the Chiefs even that good? Nobody really knows. I mean, nobody really knows. They definitely have luck on their side. But I think the Rams are a good team. I think the Rams are a well-coached team as well. So we're going to see if the Bills are for real this year. I think they will cover the spread. I think Josh Allen's playing unbelievably. MVP candidate for sure, even though I do think, maybe Saquon Barkley deserves that a little bit more. But we can talk about MVP later on in the season. I think the Bills will win this game -3.5. I also don't think people are talking about the Bills as much as they did last season because this was supposed to be kind of a rebuilding year for them, losing all those players. And Josh Allen, it just doesn't matter. There's no rebuild with Josh Allen. If Josh Allen's on your team, it's just going to carry you the entire time. So I'm going to take the Bills here, minus 3.5 as the last play. Let's go take a look at some props. And we are going to be starting with Kirk Cousins. I think he's due for a good game. He's been horrible over the last several games. Had that 4-interception game a couple games ago. Last week, only 155 yards on the touchdown. And I do think going back to Minnesota here, he's just going to have himself a lively performance. It's not like the Atlanta Falcons are bad offensively. They have weapons all over the field. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan. I do think they're going to be throwing the ball a little bit more. Like I said, the Vikings, 81.3 rushing yards per game. That is the number one rushing defense in the NFL. We should see the Vikings get torched a little bit in the secondary if Kirk Cousins had a good day. This is going to be plus money for sure, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I don't know if he's gone over 2 touchdowns passing only a couple times maybe this season, so this one's definitely going to be plus money. I like the play, though. Kirk Cousins going back to Minnesota. It feels right. It feels right. I'm going to take him over 1.5 points as the first play. Second play, George Pickens, maybe the strangest person in the NFL, maybe the most entertaining person in the NFL. He's either going to catch a 50-yard pass for a touchdown or he's going to get a fight with the coaches, with the players, and with the fans. So either way, it's going to be entertaining to watch this game. This is going to be the rematch going up against the Browns. The Browns, they had the advantage, is what Pittsburgh said, because of all the snow. But isn't Pittsburgh like a cold, kind of snowy place also? Didn't make a lot of sense to me whenever George Pickens was like, well, the weather helped them win. Well, aren't you supposed to be hard-nosed football team too in the snow? Didn't make a lot of sense to me. Jameis Winston won them that game last week for the Browns, or 2 weeks ago for the Browns. But George Pickens, he is a big-time player. Russell Wilson in the quarterback position now. He's just going to be throwing Hail Mary after Hail Mary to George Pickens, throwing that lovely deep ball and just dropping it right in his breadbasket. So I do think George Pickens will be able to have a lot of yards in this game. Over 70.5 will be the play. Hopefully he doesn't get himself ejected before that. And for the last play of the day, somebody who has really sparked his career coming to the Saints over the last 4 games, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, maybe 3 games. It's either 3 or 4. He has scored a touchdown in every game so far for the Saints, and he's gone over 35-plus yards in every game so far for the Saints. This is the big play getter. No Taysom Hill. They're going to have to figure out ways to score without him. Derek Carr is going to be the quarterback. He has loved Marquez Valdez-Scantling down the field. And the Giants on the season, they're bad on the rushing defense. They've been pretty good in the secondary, but I do still think with the speed of Marquez Valdez-Scantling on the outside, he's going to find a way to get open deep down the field. Derek Carr has been decent with the deep balls this season, so I'm going to take him in this game. All it's going to take is 1 catch. I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks. I've taken him both weeks on the members' side. It takes 1 catch for this one to go over because it's going to be 40 yards down the field. I'm going to take Scantling over 35.5 receiving yards as the final play. Let's go to the recap graphic. We're going to be taking one more play. It's going to be the Chiefs minus 4.5. The horseshoe is so far up their ass that I can't even find it. You can go in there, exploratory surgery if you want to, but you're not going to be able to find it. The luck charm for the Kansas City Chiefs will not run out in this game. I think the Chargers are a good team. Justin Herbert's been good. Harbaugh, obviously a great coach, but Chargers dealing with a lot of injuries. Chargers, no Ladd McConkey maybe in this game. That's going to be massive for them. They already struggle on the offensive side. No J.K. Dobbins as well. Chiefs, everybody knows. It's December, people. That means the Chiefs are going to start rolling. The Chiefs are going to start looking better. The Chiefs are going to go into the playoffs as the top-tier team. They're going to win the Super Bowl. They do it every single year. I'm going to take the Chiefs here at home minus 4.5. Feels like a really good spot for them. All the plays. Miami minus 6. Falcons plus 5.5. Bills minus 3.5. Chiefs minus 4.5. Kirko over his total passing touchdowns, 1.5. Going to be plus money for that one. George Pickens over 70.5 receiving yards against the Cleveland Browns. And then Marquez Valdez-Scantling over 35.5 receiving yards against the Giants. Maybe only has 1 catch, but it might go for 50 yards. So I love the play there. That's going to do it for the NFL Plays and Props for Sunday, December 8th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please drop a like this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.